What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin Prince, and I'm back again with another episode of my Monster Hunter World Mix Set series. This week I'm bringing to you one of my favorite builds to use. I call it my Undying Switch Axe build. It's the build that I use when I just want to chill and hunt, and not have to worry about healing, and not have to be concerned about my positioning and worrying if I'm going to card or not. It's a build with multiple forms of regeneration built in, and a weapon that outputs some pretty serious damage. This is the build I would use if you're not quite the best at dodging, and you want to gain back that health as quickly as possible without having to go through your resources. Now let's get into the equipment you're going to be running on this build. First off, the weapon is the Empress Axe Ruin. This is the Lunastra and Nergigante Switch Axe, and it's required that you have the health regen augment on it. I mean, you could run it without it, but ideally you're going to want it there. A lot of this build is going to be Arc-Tempered reliant. There's only one piece of armor in this build that isn't from an Arc-Tempered Elder Dragon. The head, arms, and waist are from Valhazak, with the arms being the Valhazak Braces Beta. The chest and legs are the Empress, Male, and Greaves Gamma, and the charm is going to be the Blessing Charm 3. Now let's get into the decorations we're going to be slotting in. On the weapon, we're going to add 2 Enhancer Jewels. On the helm, we're going to add 1 Flawless Jewel, another Flawless Jewel on the chest piece. On the arm piece, we're going to run 3 Vitality Jewels. On the waist, we got 1 more Enhancer Jewel, a Medicine Jewel, and a Recovery Jewel. And finally, on the greaves, we're throwing in an Earplug Jewel. Now get ready to pause, take notes, or whatever. This is a very skill-heavy build. We've got Earplugs 5, max. Health boost 3 at max, recovery up 3 at max, recovery speed 3 at max, power prolonger 3 at max, peak performance 3 at max, max and divine blessing at 3, and from some of the armor pieces we got 2 in dragon attack, 1 in agitator, 1 tool specialist. We have hasten recovery from the weapon, and to top it all off, we have 2 set bonus skills. We got Valhazak Vitality from the 3 pieces of Valhazak gear, and Stamina Cap up from Lunastra's. Now let's get into how the skills work together. As I mentioned, this build runs multiple forms of regeneration. The Valhazak Vitality ensures that I'm always going to be recovering health regen on the weapon, the Hasten Recovery as well on the weapon. It's like multiple forms of regen as long as I keep the attack going. That's the reason that I'm running a full earplug build, because instead of having to worry about dodge rolling out of the roars or using my Rocksteady mantle, all I have to do is keep laying the pressure on a monster and I'm always going to be recovering health. Now, the community is fairly split on haste and recovery. It's the Nergigante set bonus that you get, and a lot of people find that it's not totally worth it. But see, that's why I have these skills working the way that they do. Recovery up will increase the amount of health you take in from all sources, whether it's potions, whether it's the regen augment on the weapon, as well as the hasten recovery from that set bonus that you normally get from Nergigante, but it's tacked onto the Ruin weapon. It's one of the reasons why the Lunastra and Nergigante weapons are one of my favorite ones. So you're constantly getting health brought in. You're rarely having to heal, and if you notice in the clips, every single time I hit, I think my 5th or 6th hit, I get this flash of green around me, and that's the hasten recovery doing its job. As for the rest of the build, peak performance, divine blessing, and power prolonger I feel are paramount in this build, especially peak performance. Peak performance allows you to have plus 20 in attack as long as your health is topped up, so it gives you an incentive to keep the attack on, and it gives you an incentive to keep your health high. Divine Blessing is just fun and good and all around. It procs really frequently, and it allows you to kind of mitigate some of that additional damage you get when you can't dodge in time. And as for Power Prolonger, I feel that's a skill that should be in every Switch Axe build, especially since what it does is it extends the time that you can stay in sword mode, which, if you don't know, it's where you get most of your damage output. Thank you for tuning in to my second episode of my Monster Hunter World Mix Set series. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you can hop into the comments and tell me what you think. Let me know if you took any liberties with my build, and hey, if you have any suggestions on how I can make this build better, I am always down for constructive criticism. Thanks again for watching. Look out next week for another episode. You stay frosty, hunters, and get lifted.